Everybody, this is Jim at SP500chart.com. I'm on the left coast up in San Jose, California. Got a mediocre connection today, so I'm going to get to this pretty quickly. Basically, flat day. We really didn't do much today. If we look at it in terms of where we danced around this red line, you can see that yesterday we got above it, then today sold back twice, but each time buyers kicked in. And I think that means this area here in the low 1500s, at least in the short term, looks like that wants to hold as some support. I mentioned that this is a little bit like a situation where I think we just need to get more trading, maybe another week, maybe another 4 days, something to help us gauge what might be going on here. Because right now this is just looking a little bit, as I would say as a southerner, it's looking a little bit squirrely. And if you want to know what squirrely is, if you've ever driven past a ground squirrel that's off to the side of the road, often they will panic, and instead of running away from your car, they panic and run under your tire. And why do they do that? Well, because they're squirrels, and they're squirrely. So, this looks like a little consolidation pattern of some type. What is a consolidation pattern? Well, it's just an area where the price of a stock or the level of trading of an index stays in a general area. And it does that for one of two reasons. It either does that to break out to the upside, in which case it becomes a continuation pattern, or it does that and it breaks to the downside, in which case it becomes a reversal pattern. And frankly, this could go up, this could go down. Gee, I'm a big help to you today, right? But that's just the way it is. You look at it and you say, I don't know. Now, I think if we draw a little trend line here across these tops, then at least we can get some idea. You can see that late in the day we kind of got over this little line here, but that's late day trading. I don't trust it, and especially when we're talking about breaking that line by what? A point and a fraction. So again, I think the important thing here to keep in mind is that if this market does sell back down, we've got some areas that we could look for a bounce that aren't that far below where we are now. And if we rally on up to the low 1520s, we've got this brown line right here, and I think that should definitely serve as resistance. At least I would certainly be on the lookout for it, because that line has a history that goes back about a year and 2/3, a year and 3/4. Now, the last two touches here are really, I think, the more defining things. I'm really not that. This really does not quite qualify in my book as a significant data point, but this does, and this does. So if we get up to that line, and we could very well do it if this little pattern breaks out to the upside. And guys, that may be kind of what all this is all about. It's like the market may be telling us, we got some weakness that's starting to hit us. That's why we're seeing days where we're getting underneath support. But then the market may be saying, but at the same time, we've got unfinished business. And unfinished business is getting up to this level, because that's where we've gone before. That's where we need to go now. Now the question is, you may ask, and I'm going to have to make this quick or I'm going to run out of time and it's going to take forever to upload this video. But the question becomes, Do these trend lines work the way they do because there's a bunch of people like me and you looking at these charts and they're saying if the S&P gets to 1522, sell? Maybe. But just the same, years and years, decades and centuries of stock chart readers have seen the same things happen over and over and over again. And even with high frequency trading like we've seen over the past 4 or 5 years, we've still seen the chart work over and over and over again. Even with QE1, QE2, and twist and all this stuff, we still see the chart working. So I don't think any of those things really make a difference, because all of the sum total of what goes into the motion of the markets is one of two things. It's desire for gain or fear of loss. And it doesn't matter whether that comes our way through high frequency trading. Doesn't matter whether it comes our way through candlestick reading, through this kind of chart reading. I don't think it really matters. So, guys, I wish I had a little bit more definitive thing, but I feel like the market is in an area right now where it's showing signs of being indecisive. And I can't be honest with you as a chart reader without conveying to you the markets are being indecisive. And what does that mean? That means if I say something definite, then I'm lying to you. The markets at this level, they're sorting it out. Do we plow on up, or are we going to reverse and come down? If history teaches us anything, I think we come up to this line here and we set up a top. That's just my hunch, because that's what we've done the last 2 times we come to that line. So that may not be exactly right, because like I said, I feel like we need to see more of what's developing over the next week or so that what we see in the way of the trading range that we've been in over the past week to a week and a half is, to my eyes, is an incomplete picture. So hopefully we get that picture maybe by early next week. Let's see what happens. Guys, I appreciate you tuning in. By the way, I'm so sorry for the incredibly poor audio in yesterday's video. I have no idea what made that happen. And I almost always do a little quick check of the video to make sure audio levels and everything is right. Yesterday, I did the video and I just said, let's upload it. I got to take my kid to karate. So I uploaded it, and then I had some response in my emails. And please do let me know. I appreciate those of you who gave me a heads up on that. And to the rest of you, I can only, to all of you, I offer my apologies, and I'll do everything I can to sort that out and figure out what's going on, because that's unacceptable. And please forgive me. Look, guys, before we sign off, I got to remind you that this is just my opinion, and this site is just for educational purposes. Look, I can draw lines on charts, but you have to draw your own conclusions from your own research, and you need to make investment decisions that are suitable for your personal financial situation. I'm not a licensed financial professional. In fact, I'm a professional architectural photographer. So what business do I have drawing lines on charts? Well, it's just something I really enjoy doing, and I hope you enjoy watching these videos. Take care. Let's see if we get a little bit more out of this magic drawing board, if you know what I mean. See if we get a little bit out of this magic drawing board over the next 3 to 4 days. Thanks again for watching. Take care.